Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make crab traps. These are the type you cast with and they snare crab with. So in one of my other videos I had shown you how I actually use them. Now I'm going to show you how to make them. When you make them, you're going to find that the crab, and I'm going to show you one, the crab are going to be pinching right here all the time trying to get to the bait. So this is one of my snare traps where it's been well used. Once the wire is all bad, it's time to replace it. So I'm going to show you how to reuse some of the parts. My attempt is to make these traps where it only cost me around 50 cents each to make. So one of the tools you're going to need, or some of the tools you're going to need, are pliers, different types. Anyway, what I'm going to do is cut away the wire so that I can get these snares out, because I'm going to reuse them. You can become really thrifty when these things cost over $7 to $10 for the bigger style. Anyway, once you clip them, you pull these out. Did I clip that one? Yep, I sure did. Another thing you can do, if these doors are good still, there's just one bend here. That one has no bends. You can actually snip these out. So I'll show you that really quickly. You just cut the lower wire on this side and on this side. If you snip them, it's okay, because when you're making traps, let's see, that one's broke anyway. When you're making traps, you're going to end up with scrap. Another way to do it is you can take these snippers and you can actually spread the metal and get these clips to bend. Once you get them to bend out of the way, you can actually take your pliers, stick the pliers in, and bend to pull these out. Alright, so then you can reuse these if you want. I'm going to take this and set it aside. I'm going to take only one of these and show you how to do this. If you want to reuse them. Again, you take the pliers and you get right between it. These are a pair of very thin dikes that actually do a really good job at separating. So you take the pliers, just bend the metal a little bit, and then you can give it a quick pull and you pull it out. So that's reusing these. The snare is ready to go. And then I just set this aside. Alright, so if you're going from brand new snare wire, or line, what I call it, what I use is, I live in Westport, so I use fishing line. This is like 400-pound test that I find at yard sales from commercial fishermen. If you don't have that as an availability, you can use weed eater line. So all I do is pull out a length of it and cut it. Make the same thing. What I find is very useful for my length is 14 inch. So I'll take the tape measure and cut the length to start with at 14 inches. It seems really long at first. Okay, 14 inches. I'll snip it. And then what I'll show you how to do this, or how I show you how to do this, is I use a tool called a J-clip and J-clip crimper. So you take the J-clip crimper, and for this I can crimp it all the way down for making these. So once I crimp it, it makes it into a little circular loop. And then I'll put the line through. I'll bend the line back around to make this little loop. Just enough for the snare line to actually pass in and out without a problem. And you also want the snare line to be able to go like that. So pretty easy. Then once that J-clip is like that, and I take the snare line and put it through, and I make the tip of the snare line stick out of the clip a little bit, I just take and smash it down. All you have to do is smash it down really hard, and it creates a snare line ready to go. See this? When the crab get their feet in there, you pull, it snares. Okay, so we're going to move faster forward from here. When the box trap is wore out, you can actually use these pieces for replacements if you want to be thrifty. I've saved a bunch because I've already tore down some of my traps. I already have a bunch ready to go, a bunch of snare lines, so I'll set them aside. And I'll show you what I do. I take this 1/2-inch mesh wire that you find at a hardware store, and for my boxes I actually cut them 9 holes by 9 holes. And from there I'll take and cut the corners out of them 3 by 3 on all 4 corners. And then what I'll do, see how it overlays? Then what I'll do is I'll take and I'll bend the corners where they bend upward, like so, to create the box. Okay, how do you put the box together? Well, you see it on the old one. I use these J-clips right here. Now, if you've ever seen anybody make a rabbit cage, they actually use these J-clips, and they use the crimper. You find these at hardware stores, you find these at feed stores because they make pet cages out of them like rabbit cages. And you take the crimper and do that. Once you've crimped all 4 corners, you have a box. This is for your trap. After that, you want to take your scrap metal, whatever you have left over, and I'm going to put a pile of them before you. And these will be the doors, however you want to make them. I actually came up with a couple different styles here that I'm going to try the next time. You can take this and you can put it on the put it right here, crimp it here, and you have yourself an instant door. Or you can take one of these and have sides that hold the sides in, and then you put your crimp here and it flips up. You can put your bait in there and then your swivel goes there. So I'm going to reach over here and find a box that is already set up to show you, so I'm already ahead of this. And this is a box with already doors. These are scrap again. So when I put the bait in, I'll fold them like this, like that, and then I'll actually take any size of swivel and put a swivel through there after the bait's in there, and then I clip it. This is just to hold the bait in. And then on my fishing pole, I'll put a swivel through here, a 3-point swivel. So it holds not a 3-point swivel, sorry, you put the swivel through this door, and then this edge. It just holds the bait in, holds the stuff in. Also, I use a rock. I put the rock inside on top of the bait. It holds the bait tight to the bottom. It also gives you weight for casting. If you want, you can fill this all full of bait, and you can actually mount your own with a swivel, a clip swivel. You can hook it to a lead weight, hook the lead weight there so it's on the outside. Anyway, moving forward, letting you see how these go right here, how to put these on. So I'll show you again. I've saved some of these, and when I tear the traps down, after I cut the wire out of the way, I'll pull these off. These are perfect for putting these snares together. So I'll put it through there like that. Then on the bottom of the trap, right in the middle in the corner here, I'll actually take that and fold it around. The first ones, when you use them oh, sorry, I didn't do something here. You want to take and put it through the snare first, so the snare is set up first. Then you want to take the clip, slide the clip in. I'll show you the next one. It'll be a lot easier because I'm going to put a used one on. But you get it slightly bent like that, and that'll help. Okay, so back to this. I put it through there. This is going to be the hardest part with the first fresh brand new lines. They're really stiff. And then you pull it really tight up against the cage like that. Then what you do is you take the pliers, put the pliers on like so. I'm going to get here, and you smash it down. You smash it down, it's not going anywhere, it will haul crab in. You do them 4 times, all 4 sides. Okay, so we'll do an easier one. This is one that I've used already. See how it's already pre-bent, ready to go? Here all I have to do is take one of my used loops, and I'll put the loop through, do it the same way. I see I already have the snare going. Do it the same way. I'll hook this through and drop that clip right over top. So I'm getting 2 lives out of this clip. If I want, I could straighten these clips out and use them a lot longer until they rust out. Then I crimp it. So I'll do it 2 more times really quickly, and then I'll show you another little unique thing that you should know or do if you ever have this problem. And that is, if your snares don't stay out, they want to retract when you cast them, they're wearing out, the line's bent, whatever, you can straighten them out by putting them in boiling water. So I'll show you that in a second here. I'm going to have one more to do. So here's one more. Just grab myself another one of these used clips, all ready to go. It's right here. Put it through this line. I've used these lines. I've made maybe 5 to 10 traps with the same line. Thing is this will get really rusty, and sooner or later you'll have to take it off, but you can keep using the line. You don't have to throw the line away and start fresh every time. So I'll get this one on, put it in there, and I'll show you. Well, I won't be showing you. I'll tell you about the little trick on boiling water. Few people know about it. I've seen it somewhere online or on a show. So once these are crimped, now I have myself a brand new box, brand new snares. I'll put the bait in here. I'll actually use window mesh screen or an old t-shirt to put the bait inside. I'll use my clam guts from when I caught clam. I saved the guts. I'll put them inside there to where they don't fall through the mesh. And they'll just go into the water. It'll leach out in the water. The crab will smell it, and they'll come and get it. Then you put the rock in on top of the bait. You shut the doors, and then you put a swivel on this side, a snap swivel, and then your fishing pole is hooked to a snap swivel on this side. Really easy to make. The most expensive thing you're going to be doing or using for a tool is this right here if you want these J-clips. This will cost you the most. After that, some places will sell these in bulk. These are J-clips. Some places have bags of them for sale. Okay, back to this snare. Okay, this snare, see how it doesn't want to bounce back? It doesn't want to stay up here. It wants to, when you cast, it'll stay down there. It's pretty straight. But what you want is it to look like this. So what you do is you take and hand bend the line best you can to straighten it out. You pull the snare like that, and you drop it in boiling water. What it does is heats the plastic back up, it softens it, and then you take it out of the boiling water just like this. As it's soft, and you put it in cold water. That'll solidify it, and it'll work again. A lot of people have issues where their snares are staying way down like this, and then they move them up like this, and when they go to cast, the snare whips and just does that. I've had that happen. So like for this one, if it doesn't want to bounce back, this one bounces back a little, but if it wants to stay down there, just pull it up, put it in boiling water, put it in cold water after you're done, boiling water for about 5 minutes. You don't need to boil it to cook it. You're just dealing with a snare. So dealing with resetting a snare. Anyway, I've made the weed eater line ones, and I've made the salmon or tuna long line. These are just commercial fishing wire line, I call it. It's not wire, but so either way, it's the same gauge. These will catch crab. A lot of the crab traps that I've seen that they have for sale have smaller lines. Like I say, I go to yard sales and I pick up line. This is smaller. This will catch crab, a lot of it, but that would require me getting a different size of a clip. Right now I have these J clips and they seem to work well. So that is all. This cost me around 50 cents to make because I reuse parts. I have already bought the tools, and when I use these, they don't wear out fast, but if the crab are pinching on the cage, that's where they'll start to fall apart. And after that, it's good to go. Alright, that is all. Thank you for watching. If you like any of my videos, please smash the like or just subscribe, and it'll go a long way in helping me with making more videos. I am trying for 100 subscribers for 2021 and shooting for the moon in 2022.